אוקיי. הקונה מעובד כוכבים כלי סעודה של מתכת או של זכוכית. A person that bought from גויים, בכור. הוא לא של שיח.
בית בשמונה. יאו סגרי.
אור ההלכה יהיה קוויקלי, סעיף א'. יוסף. לא?
ארי, ג'ונה.
אמן.
נשאר שלום חמה, מלוא אהרון, מבית כנסת אהרון. תגיד לו, אני מבין מאוד, אני שומע את השיעורים שלך.
בכל יום, a person bought, סימן א', סעיף א', קוף חב סעיף א'. I'm reviewing quickly with you right now. No reading. A person bought from a goy, glass needs to take to mikvah with bracha or without? Glass.
With bracha.
Huh?
גלאס לא מקווה, כבוד הרב.
לא, גלס מקווה.
Mikvah with bracha.
Glass, obligated mikveh with the bracha. Obligated mikveh with the bracha. מדרבנן. Metal? Metal?
with ברכה דאורייתא.
Metal obligated by the Torah. How much more so with bracha? Okay. What about aluminium? Aluminum.
Depends.
Dip in mikveh with bracha. I'm not talking about the disposable pans. Talking about regular aluminium that is a real deal.
It's metal.
Mikveh or no?
Mikvah.
Bracha or no?
Bracha.
Machloket. Bottom line, Rav Ovadia Paskin with bracha.
Oh.
What's the reason? He said, you know what metal means? Metal means anything that you are able to bang it and shape it. If you bang against porcelain, you're going to bang it, it's going to break. You're not going to be able to shape it like that. Anything you can bang and shape, it's under the metal family.
soft metal.
So it's like a softer metal or harder metal. As long as you can bang it and shape it. If it's banging and shaping, that's the common denominator all metals has. So therefore, aluminum, even though it's not a metal that was in the days of Chazal, you know how old aluminum is? 200 years old. There was no aluminum by the days of Chazal, by the Gemara, by Mishnah. So maybe it's exempt. It's like plastic. It's a new thing. Says Rav Ovadia, no, because it's part of the metal that could be shaped by banging on it with a hammer. He calls it riku'e pahim. Therefore, it's considered to be part of the metal family. Because it's part of the metal family, it's obligated in nipping and also said the bracha.
This metal, what is that of that?
Because it's a new metal. It's a metal that was not known to Chazal.
Zoloto.
Zolota was known. Torah talks about Zolota.
Dip.
Yeah, Zolota with bracha, of course. It's Zolota written in Torah. Deep with bracha. Zolota, silver, copper, bdil, oferet, lead, nechoshet, barzel, iron. This is written in the Torah that you have to dip them with bracha.
If it's plated.
Even it's plated, doesn't matter. Now, what about coated ceramic, porcelain with glass?
Inside
Ari.
or outside?
Now you will coat it, layer, shiny.
Inside or outside?
Inside, only.
No.
Only
no.
from inside. Coated inside with glass, outside is matte.
No.
No shade, it's not shiny.
חייב to be.
Obligated in the mikveh or no?
No.
Without bracha.
Without bracha.
Machloket Maran and Rama.
Yeah.
Maran said
No bracha.
Maran said with bracha. Rama said no bracha. We practically, like you remember the bottom line made, which is
Safek brachot
Safek B'chot
against.
Lakel against
Maran.
Maran. So bottom line, if it's coated inside only with glass, you dip it, but without bracha. Porcelain that coated with glass only from inside, you dip it without bracha. If it is inside and outside, like most of the dishes today are inside and outside,
With bracha.
Glass.
huh?
With bracha.
Then you dip it with the bracha. Clear? Next. What is plastic? Plastic mikveh needs or no?
No.
Good. Why not?
Disposable.
No, what do you mean? It's a plastic long term.
מדיין.
It's not required.
לא היה בזמן של...
לא היה בזמן חז"ל, that's the answer. Very good, Yitzhak. Because it was not the days of Chazal. And it doesn't have a common denominator with whatever Chazal was gozer. What's the reason glass needs to mikveh, you know?
Because it was always a material.
The Gemara says because he has a common denominator, glass has a common denominator
Metal.
with metal. What's the common denominator? Metal you can melt and reform. Glass you can melt and reform. Gemara says it, Masechet Avodah Zarah, Daf Ayin He. Because you could melt it and reform it, it needs mikveh. So the Ashkenazim say, plastic is the same thing. That's if you go to mikveh, many times you see Ashkenazim in line, they dip plastic. They bought a plastic bowl for salad, for whatever, they will dip it inside the mikveh. I Yosef Akka. After I know Ari sits here, I know who's coming now. So, it is, they say, the same thing like glass. If the whole reason of glass needs mikveh is because you can melt and reform it, so the plastic you can melt and reform. Therefore, he has to go to the mikveh. Anytime, John.
בזמן רבה...
That's Ashkenazic opinion. What is our opinion, Yitzchak? Rabbi? About the plastic. Do Sephardim people have to take plastic to mikveh?
No.
No.
But I'm saying glass בבל חז"ל בלו что?
Не было. Glass было. Glass было. Mishnah talks about glass.
If plastic was in their time, it was asur to use it.
Now, what about Teflon? You have a non-stick pan
Oh, we do.
with a Teflon.
Without a bracha.
We're dipping it or no?
Yeah, without bracha.
Dipping, but no bracha. It's like you heard?
Yeah.
Kohen, no bracha.
Yeah, Teflon no bracha.
What's the reason?
We don't know how much...
It's not a natural.
not enough. We don't know how much...
Because it's a mixture of plastic plus metal, and how much metal and how much plastic is unknown to the regular customers. So it's a company secret. So since you don't know, maybe the majority is plastic. How are you going to say bracha on plastic? Therefore you dip it, but you don't say bracha. What about emile?
Enamel.
Enamel.
Huh?
Enamel.
Enamel? Okay.
It's also glass.
Emile. In Hebrew they say emile. Enamel?
Enamel.
Enamel.
It says...
What about enamel?
Colored glass. You must. Yeah.
Huh?
You must.
Bracha or no?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I need you to know, Habibi, Sharach.
Yeah, if it's all enameled, yes.
You go to Kala Kabut. Next. What about Ger? Goy becomes a Jewish.
Oh,
All the
times.
pots that he has, kosher pots, since he goes on to conversion process, he started eating kosher. He took all the dishes, we bought new ones. After a year or two, depends how fast he went through the process. In Israel, it takes much longer. Let's say 2-3 years is in the process of conversion. After 3 years, they finalize the process. All the pans, pots, all these things that he had in the house, it's kasher usage. Does he have to take to the mikveh?
No.
Depends what.
Yes. He changed his status.
Depends what. The Rabbanan and the Oraita.
Very good. May you tell us?
The Rabbanan he doesn't have to.
Which means glass one,
Which is glass.
he doesn't have to.
Doesn't have to.
Porcelain doesn't have
Yeah.
to.
Metal one you have to, but without bracha.
Very good. What's the reason for that, Meir? You're saying good. Why?
Because it's a safek.
Safek. Good. Kol hakavod. After a person becomes Jewish, the vessels also became Jewish? Or he has to make a Jewish?
Did he taref on it?
No, I said, since ever since he started the conversion process, he was dealing only with kasher. He bought new pans, new pots, I call new. But 3 years, he didn't take it to the mikveh, he was a goy. After 3 years finishing the process of the conversion, he's right now asking, what do I do with my dishes? What do you tell him?
metal without bracha.
Courage. So metal, you tell him, take the metal ones to the mikveh, but the porcelain glass ones don't need mikveh. Now tricky question. What about the Teflon ones for the ger?
Yes, with a bracha.
Teflon.
No, it doesn't need to.
No, he doesn't need to take it because there is safek safek.
Very good. Tell us what's suffix sveka.
I don't know.
You said no.
No,
Maybe
maybe
they
it's
go-
plastic, maybe it's metal.
And even if you're gonna say it is metal,
Maybe the goy doesn't need to do it.
maybe the ger
The
doesn't
gear.
need to do.
Sorry.
Very good. Maybe you're already thinking straight. Baruch Hashem.
אותיות רוח אפינו משיח מקרבו.
Now,
Maybe
whenever you
not.
dip it, are you allowed to stack up the plates like this?
When we do?
When you dip them inside the mikveh, are you allowed to stack up the plates like this?
As long as the water touches
There's
them.
water coming through.
One on top of another.
No.
Need the space
Because-
because water come through.
It has to be loose.
So you have to teach it to your relatives. Sometimes you tell them, take your dishes to the mikveh. אני עדות, דבול בורי את הזהלויות, פרישלי, נשוא נזדלו לי. ברכה לבטלה. They made more עבירה than mitzvah. ברכה לבטלה, הם דין אותו מקווה רוב. Now you tell them, listen, you didn't do the right way, do it second time. Hey, so you have to be smart. When you tell them take it to the mikveh, don't just tell them take it to the mikveh. Explain to them how to do it. If you're not, go help them. When you dip it, are you obligated to wet your fingers with the mikveh water?
Allowed, of course allowed.
Are you obligated
No.
to wet your fingers with the mikveh water and then take the plate and dip?
So
No,
according
no,
to
actually
Ashkenazim,
dip.
yes. According to Sephardim, no.
Very good, Meir. Kol hakavod.
Yes, we dip. That's why.
Huh?
It's because
Now, when you hold the plate,
Universal.
does it have to be loose or you can hold it
No, it has to be loose.
loose.
as loose as possible? As loose as possible. What's the why can't it be tight?
You might miss a spot.
Because that area is not going to be covered
But
with
they
water.
say if you do that with your fingers, then you can do it.
You can do it not as tight. You need to allow the water to touch the plate area.
So if you put it in and then you take
Let
the
go,
other part
let
and
go
you
for
let
a
it go
second.
the other
Yeah,
side.
yeah, you can do that.
You're allowed.
It depends. The idea is under the water, the entire plate has to be simultaneously, all around. You cannot have. Sometimes the people call me. The thing is too big, so they say, Rabbi, I'm going this way, and then I'm going to take it out and do the other way.
Not good.
By Jodelinit.
No.
Overall, it's covered with the water of the
This you could
mikveh.
do, no?
Right.
Right.
Right?
Or both with the hand, you take.
Could you do that or no? By two parts, Moshe Zillich?
No.
Not allowed. When you could do two parts, by Hag'ala, when you boil the water. When you make Hag'ala for Tarif, you went to Airbnb, how you call this? Airbnb. And you have over there, Bukhari and Teg, Osravot Akoy, Palo. The Uzbek have before you left that pot over there. There is no pot can fit that humongous dig. So you put it half, then you turn the other half, then you turn the other half. Overall, you made the boiling water touch the entire pot. Kasher or no?
Kasher.
Da. Because over there we care about the taste to be expelled by boiled water. However, by the mikveh, we need the entire item go under the water at the same time,
At once.
at once. Bechor, you understand or no?
Question.
John, can you?
Can I ask?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
If you have the deck, it's huge, and there's nothing you can put it into.
Yeah, you can fill up with hot water, throw a hot
stove.
rock, and it's over spills. Yeah.
How about in the pool? If you have a pool,
To mikveh?
Yeah.
You could turn pool into mikveh, but you need rabbinical guidance to it. It's not the end of the world. You need to make otzar next to it. Whatever Bori is, the Bori is partially expert already about it. And you bring the rabbis that knows how to do that. It's not the end of the world. It's doable. If you have a pool already in the house, it's something you can. Make it work. Yeah. Yeah. I recommend all the time people that buy houses
Personal or for healing?
that they are balabait of the house. Make personal mikveh in the house for you, for your wife. You can do that. Same
House is
mikveh
not good.
for the dishes.
Yeah, outside.
how is it possible?
Same water. It's the same rainwater. You can dip. Your wife can dip. Your kids you can dip. Your dishes
Do
can
it in the
dip.
garage.
Sometimes
Yeah,
Rosh
garage,
Hashanah.
outside,
Sometimes
outside.
Rosh Hashanah. You need the
Who told you
knife.
that?
You
Yeah,
buy
yeah,
the
so
knife, Garage is the best.
Where it
And
says
everything
that?
is busy. If you could take the knife that day to the mikveh.
It, it brings demons if you have a mikveh in your house? What are you talking about, guys?
No, Rabbi Levi. No, what's his name?
In the house, he's talking about.
He wrote it in his will. He said nobody in our family is allowed to have mikveh in their house because
Rabbi
of the
Yehuda Chassid?
Rabbi Yehuda Chassid?
Rabbi Yehuda Chassid, yeah.
Yeah, I never saw that in my
Look
life.
at his will.
I ask. I don't want to mention names. I'm asking very big people about is it recommended? Should I tell to people? I said you have my endorsement.
In the backyard. Yeah.
Is there
Inside the
such thing
house.
as
I'm part of the house. I also heard
Now that you
several
said
times-
Safed Hasidim, I know it's totally not. We don't rely on this because he said you cannot cut the nails in the same time. Arizal didn't bring this. Okay, right then.
All good. That's what
You
it
just
says.
saved Boris' business. I get to tell him to make it.
I had a body in
It's
my house.
outside
It
of the
was not
house structure.
אבל זה גם, זה
Under
רק,
the
זה
porch.
מי שכן מקפיד על
The
ההצבה
outside.
של רבי יהודה.
This is a house. He has a porch,
Yeah.
20 by 30, underneath that porch.
That's where he did it?
Yeah, but you gotta go in. You know, it's counter possible. It's like part of the house because you gotta go into it through the
The
house.
house.
The Hasidim in
I
the
don't know.
building, they will not the window if they want to close the window.
Right, that's something else.
זה עולים a little hole,
Right.
and never, אבל זה צבא שלו,
כן.
זה מי שמקפיד על זה, לא כל
How much
אחד.
נכון.
it is to heat the water?
Okay,
Yeah, a needle point of a
Yeah,
hole.
needle is
You
on.
know how much it
next. We're in the middle, Rabotai, we're in the middle of a test. You know what happens when three people stick in the test? Let's go next.
Weiter, פשוט weiter.
If a person, Bechor, if a person takes one knife to the mikveh, one knife, Erev Rosh Hashanah, he wants to have סגולה לפרנסה, one knife he takes to the mikveh. What bracha he says?
Kelim.
כלי.
One.
Keli.
Keli.
Kidding.
What about the thing that the pot sitting on, the metal that the pot sitting on?
No need.
No,
It's called, forgot the word.
חצובה.
Hatsuba in English.
How you call it?
Screw grills?
Range, משהו כזה.
How do you call it?
Where-
The thing that you put on a cigarette.
The pot sits on that metal.
On the
Great.
stove.
No,
A
it's
grate,
not-
grate.
Grate.
Grill? Grates.
Grates.
Great. Yeah, you're right.
Okay. He needs mikveh or no? Grates needs mikveh or no?
No,
Quick.
it doesn't touch the food.
What do you mean? Sometimes you put pita on this.
Usually doesn't though.
The majority, we go to the majority.
What about crack nut? Not cracker.
No.
למה שלא?
Allah shalom. What about nutcracker?
No.
Mikveh or no?
Because it's not meant to touch the food, it's meant to touch the
Very good. What about can opener?
No.
halal. No.
מותרים.
No.
What about knife of shchita?
No. Fresh meat.
No.
Ashkenazim, yes. With bracha or without?
With
That's why I
the
didn't don't put the mikvah.
Ashkenazim.
You don't need. Maran says tavo ala bracha if you want to. But you don't have to. The Ashkenazim say tavo ala bracha. They did without bracha. We don't need to dip. What's the reason? Quick, what's the reason?
Because it's raw. No one eats it raw.
Unedible food.
Unedible food. What about the knife that you are skinning it?
Also.
Nathaniel, Neria, the knife that you're skinning the animal. That knife needs mikveh?
No,
Very good. Why?
because not eatable.
Not
You're not
edible.
using knife to eat.
What about meat grinder?
Also not.
Why not?
It's
It's
not
raw.
What about chesta opener? The dough opener?
It's also raw.
Bechor,
Yes.
chesta opener.
A wood one. It's wood.
Metal.
Yes.
Metal sticks. So.
No need.
What do you mean? All the parents have the metal one.
They use with
Wood
the
metal. Wood metal.
What are you talking about? That machine Babulia has from young
I'm
age.
talking about this.
No.
The one that shreds it. No, that one no. Because
בגמרא.
So what room?
It's not edible
It's
yet.
raw.
Because the whatever it touches is not edible thing.
אבל ג'ון, זה חייב להיות יהודי שטובל. לא חייב.
We're gonna learn. It's coming up. We didn't finish this topic.
If you dip the guy first in the mikvah, then it's
No, first you have to do Brit Milah, then dip it.
לא, הוא יכול להיות שני שלך, לא?
What about coffee grinder?
If you only
also
put coffee, no.
also raw.
Only for coffee.
No need.
How about siki for shashliki?
When it touches ready to eat food.
Even though
Terrible.
fire.
The fire just avoids the forbidden taste.
הגעלה.
You don't need to do agala if it was touching on the fire. But you still need to take it to the mikveh to remove the goyish ownership from them. The goy owned it. He made it in China, Turkey, whatever he made it at.
יכול לתת לזה למתנה לגוי?
That's b'di'avad. We said if there is no way out, person is in Corona time, all mikvehs are closed. What did you do?
הפתום, מה זה אבל?
Borrow it back from them. You give it to a goy matana, and you're borrowing it back from him.
Coffee grinder, что сказали? Куда?
Huh?
Coffee grinder.
No need.
Не надо.
Very good.
אשכנזים טוב, да?
Yeah, also don't need. What about
Peeler.
peeler?
Need.
Need. Because
What
it's
if I
not
bought a peeler mainly for potatoes?
still need.
No, you don't need. It's usually used for potatoes. It's raw.
What about a flask?
Flask?
Yes.
What's a flask?
When you put
It's
whiskey
where
inside.
it's whiskey. That's one thing. You know they're drinking water.
Thermos.
They have the more the thermos. Inside metal, outside plastic. You put it.
Yeah, because it touches metal. Water touches the metal.
Well, what would you say about the pillar?
Peeler, obligated. Even though I bought it mainly for potatoes.
בלי ברכה.
What's the reason? No, why bili bracha? Yeah. Because it could be easily used for both things.
What about somebody has braces? What do they do?
When you embrace it.
It's just metal. They eat it.
No, but that's not a vessel.
Kli.
You only tvilat kelim. Vessel is something can hold something.
That's what
in
keeps
it.
your teeth straight.
It's not a vessel. By halakha, it's not called kli, because it doesn't
doesn't hold
hold
food.
anything. It cannot hold anything.
It's
Okay.
not meant to hold anything either.
What about jar of pickles of glass?
Oh, jar pickles.
I bought it.
No need.
I finished
No
the
need.
pickles, and now I want to refill it with other things.
No need,
No
two
need.
reasons.
Why?
One,
Business?
because it's when the
Business.
the original it's a one-time use,
Good.
then the second one you meet again if you're gonna do.
The Jew finished it to become permanent use. Remember?
It's also
Yeah,
for
you
business
finish.
because they're packaging business.
No, I didn't buy it for business. I bought it for my own home.
No.
No, because you made it a
For
clean
personal
open
use.
the jar.
What's the reason? Because, tell us now. What he said, because you are the one, you the Jewish one,
Finish the
made it from a temporary one to become a permanent one. Got it?
You made it.
Very good. Next.
What about the Krishka of people?
Same thing.
No, I'm saying.
What about Krishka of pots? The lid.
You have to.
Another you said.
Need.
Talk about Krishka of the pickles.
Same thing.
It's metal.
You know,
Yeah, but the idea, the glass also obligated. The idea is disposable. Who made it permanent? You. So the Jew finished it. If the Jew finished the vessel, exempt from
but
it.
now they're saying if you're gonna bring this back, they give you discount, so it's not disposable no more.
It's still disposable. They break it and they're redoing it, remaking
They
it.
don't break it.
What they do with
I
this?
mean, more it's right or whatever.
Recycle.
They reuse
How
it.
about
For you it's disposable. You take it, use it one time, give it back to us. We pay you whatever cent for it. Nachon?
And also
So you bought it for disposable usage. The personal usage was disposable.
They don't break and melt everything.
What if you want to leave it at home and make it more
use it as is?
No, I think only big company could go money.
to do it then?
Huh?
If you want to leave it the jars to use more at your home.
You
Yeah.
have to
Do it
find
then?
out exactly
No, that's what
which
you just
company
said.
is using the exact
You
jars so they can
bought
sell it.
pickles in a glass jar. You finished the pickles. Now you want to reuse that jar to use for more things.
Yeah, we said you don't need.
מקווה או לא?
No.
רק זה אותך גם, בולצס.
You don't need.
בוא. ברוכים הבאים. עם תושיני, עם תשימו שמו בינה. לא רואה אותך. נעלמת. בורע. This is after 120, Johnny חלפש. Long time.
To sleep.
Yeah. Right. While we're alive, we have to study Torah. Okay, next.
The Goyim put a sign, you have enough time to rest after you die.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, and
They
also
do.
they advertise the gym.
They do.
So now you have to work out. You have enough time to rest after you die.
They do.
Rabbi,
רבי, they do. צדיקים אין להם לא נחת בעולם הזה ולא...
לא מנוחה בעולם הבא. Next. Glass, cup, silver. Handle, wood. Cup, silver. Handle, wood.
Yeah. Need wood bracha. Yeah.
I don't touch the silver. The food touches the silver. What do we follow, me or do we follow the food?
Your lips touch the silver. What are you talking about?
Very good. Mikveh or no?
Yes.
Bracha or no?
Yes.
Very good. What about kafgir? You have plastic, metal bar, and a plastic handle.
Yes.
Plastic, metal bar, and a plastic handle.
Yes,
Mikveh with bracha. What mikveh? Plastic, metal bar, and a metal handle.
If we can do without the metal, then no need.
Without the
If the
metal,
metal
we
is
put
חיוני לזה, בלי זה אין כלי, אז
Tell them.
it all depends what the metal is used for. If without this metal there's no kli, you cannot use it, then the metal is the important one and we need to tovel it. If you can use it without the metal, even if you take the metal out, lots of.
Got it? Majority of them, I think, that it could be used without the metal bar.
Yeah.
It's short, but you can still use it. It's not the most comfortable way, but it's still usable. So therefore, no need of mikveh. Next, what if you rent vessels from goyim? Rent vessels from
No
goyim.
mikveh.
No need because it's business.
Not borrow, rent. Pay attention.
It's temporarily yours.
No, rent אמרנו גם, הזכירו...
For business we said.
Not borrowed from the goy. I rented from the
No
goy.
mikvah.
Very good.
Yeah.
I need to put a little pressure on you. Without putting pressure, how are you gonna know?
Wow.
I have a question.
Yes,
You have
John.
a list of all the items what you're allowed to, like in the written form, not in the book, but separate.
You can make a list. Why not? Whatever. Every Thursday. Shalom, your name, right? Shalom, John. Every Thursday, the schedule is quickly review what we did throughout the week, and then something on the parsha. From today on, I would like to. I prepared you the sefer of Chinuch Eladim.
חבל הזמן.
Yeah, this is very interesting sefer. So let's finish it quicker, and we'll get there soon.
You can always take notes on the phone.
Yeah, that's also true. Asim Hajon, Bio. Sadiq Atamar Yifrach. What if a person rent from the goy? Airbnb. You come to a house, everything is glass.
No mikveh. No mikveh.
Do you need to kosher the pots, the pans, the things?
It's
Everything is
your-
glass.
It's
Glass,
considered as if
Not
you're renting
porcelain.
also.
Glass no.
Glass.
Только помыть все.
Только помыть. Микву надо взять?
No.
No, why not?
Because it's also considered as if you're renting it.
Because you're renting it from the goy. What if you're renting it from a Jew? The balabait on the Airbnb, napisana, Mr. Katz.
No problem. Business purposes.
רצה יעקב אבינו לגלות את הקץ, את הקץ.
You don't need to take it.
מקווה או no?
No.
Don't make it.
No.
It belongs to a Jew.
Because it's
Right,
business.
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 Business
Very
doesn't
good.
matter. Jew, no Jew. It's okay.
Very good. Business. Sushi fusion. You needed to take your dishes to the mikveh?
No.
Huh? If you did, you have to say bracha? I know you did. You have to say bracha?
What, they make them do this?
No, not even metal glass.
Nothing. Not allowed to.
So you did it already, right? You don't make a bracha on it?
No.
What if you took other things with it?
For personal use, yeah.
So business, the restaurants, they don't need to do the...
No mikveh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But even though you have all Jewish people eating from the same stuff, like why?
Business.
So what?
Midian, Clay Midian was personal.
Personal.
To me, the
What are you yourself eating from this? It's also personal for you.
Mainly is for
majority. We follow
we
majority.
follow the majority. כן, השגחות. מה נעשה להם? What if I bought a knife to cut with this leather and then I lend it to somebody or let somebody borrow it and he's going to use it for salad?
No need. It's
Right,
okay.
it's okay.
Do we go after me or after him?
After you.
After the balabai.
Все по-ашканазски, так дешевле.
What if majority of the people buying this knife for food, for salad? I'm the only person that bought this knife for leather.
Follow the majority.
Do we follow majority of the people or do we follow personal opinion? Personal opinion. What about pawn shop?
Pawn shop.
Oh.
Depends.
The guy left by you 6 months his silver set,
Do what you want.
You can't-
cups, plates, brand new, nav banav, Rabbi.
If it's
Das
coming
ish
back-
ki odam lekofte.
Even if it's coming back or not.
מחלוקת.
Well, said that we can use it.
First question, can you use it meanwhile?
Yes. Go yes, יהודי no.
חובה.
Go yes, יהודי no.
What if your brother left by your house $100,000 cash because he lives in a dangerous neighborhood, you live in a safer neighborhood, he left it by you. Meanwhile, the brother is not going to need it until he's not going to make 500,000 cash. It's going to be kept in your house. Can you easily invest it into 3 months investment and take it back, 4 or 5 investment?
Yeah,
take it
Mr.
back?
Without his permission, no.
Huh? He's not. Rabbi is sleeping in my house. This money.
No, you have to ask permission. 100%.
If he's Shomer Shabbat Jew,
What if he's a goy? Goy left it by you.
מצווה. אוריינים מקרמם.
What if he is מחלל שבת בפרהסיה?
דינו.
Rabbi, do you know Shinishba? Wow.
You're allowed to
there is
buy
no
the
such thing
same.
as Tinok Shinishba Rawadiya said nowadays.
Why not?
לתינוק אין דעת.
Everybody knows. What does it mean Jewish? Well, especially with the
Okay.
media.
our parents are not to know.
Chagai, the guy left by your pawn shop. Watch $100,000. Tomorrow you have a big deal of your life, big meeting, business meeting. Can you take that watch for tomorrow's meeting?
So you
No, by halacha you can, but people do it.
Huh? What we learned? No? Tell him what we learned.
זה יהודי או גוי? מי השאיר את השם?
You tell me.
If
If a guy left it by you,
Baruch Hu gave him the Torah, they said no, he was going to take what support.
very good. Avi kol hakavod. Remember what we said? This is the reason. The goyish thinks that they are, I just say, pond.
Yeah.
Pond. You're allowed to use it. Mashkon, it's called. This is mashkon, mashkanta. If it's a goyish belonged, ba'abait, you're allowed to use it for the time being. It's in you, by you. By the Jew, if the Jew left it by you, you're not allowed to use it without his permission. What's the difference? Why you don't treat them the same? Huh? What's the reason we don't treat them the same? Bechol? Natan, tell us.
Hashem wanted to give out the Torah to the Goyim, they rejected it.
And therefore,
They made
okay.
fun of it, so
And therefore, what?
Hashem said, when you take something that's important to me, you desecrate it, I'll desecrate something important to you.
Very good.
But hold on, if it's Jewish, it's not Jewish kasher.
Oh, the one that left by you
Yeah.
is Mechalet Shabbat.
Like we're learning now Torah, and we know that the people who's not Shomer Shabbat and all this is considered goy.
Nachon? Like a goy, what can we do? Yeah, lekula. Yeah.
I have a question. I have a question. We was on vacation, right? So I did the minyan to pray.
Yeah,
And my
tzaddik.
son telling me that,
Kol hakavod.
Abba, don't say Kaddish. I say, why are you saying that? No, some people not Shomer Shabbat is not considered as a minyan.
How many people you had? It was Shomer Shabbat out of the minyan?
No, how you know? I know.
What do you do? You don't know. You know it's your
I
friend.
know, like maybe
But
my family, like.
If you have the rule is like this, Hagai. If you have more than 6 people Shomer Shabbat, you can say Kaddish if the other 4 are not. But you cannot make repetition of the Chazara, and you cannot make Sefer Torah, and you cannot make Birkat Kohanim. Anything has to do with bracha. If you don't have 10 kosher Jewish people, no brachot allowed to rely on this Mechalel Shabbat.
But then they get discouraged and they leave.
No, don't. You don't have to say no. This hey, we have a problem. We cannot
People
do
not
that.
stupid, they know.
No?
They know, they're not stupid.
But הם לא כופרים, הם פשוט לא שומרים. They still believe in it.
If they make kiddush on Friday night, nobody allows it. The Avad.
With that man, it's okay.
Only if they do
Make
Kiddush on
kiddush,
Shabbat.
make kiddush.
Everybody does Kiddush.
Not everybody.
Not everybody.
90% of people who do Kiddush on Shabbat is in
Saying the fact they all came from
Shabbat,
Minyan, יש לנו של מניין פרשי.
Not a lot.
That means something, no? They care.
A lot of people are.
Bukhari community, 90% people making Kiddush Friday night.
You're right.
If they go make mangal or whatever, 90%. Not even like 95%. making Kiddush Shabbat.
אז מי ששומר שבת, אנחנו מוכנים לו אפילו עבד כמו זה כמו סטייקינג. ועכשיו שהוא שומר שבת, יצבר השם ברק העולם.
95% making Kiddush Shabbat.
כן? Now, Rabbi Shai.
Guys.
Goino, that's not an open conversation. We're back to us. Alright, Batom. What happens when a person leaves it by you, and you know this guy is not coming back? He left by you cups made out of gold. Saddam Hussein's cup. He made out of gold. Is it yours or no? You know he's not coming back.
He came back. It was good.
It's a fake yours.
It's yours on the spot.
You dip it. You can use it.
You have to dip it.
Can you dip it? Okay, are you allowed to use it without dipping, or you have to dip
No,
it?
you have to dip it.
You have to dip it. Why? Without beracha. Why?
His filthy lips was on it. Yeah.
Not only that.
Maybe he could come back.
Huh?
Maybe he's gonna come back.
No, maybe he's coming
Oh,
back.
maybe he chayav.
He's coming.
No, he's not coming back. You know, you have a feeling about this guy. You know what he got involved in, what he needs the money for. He's not coming back.
But maybe הוא לא לקח.
He took the $10,000 for this $50,000 cup for drugs. He's not coming back. He's not gonna have this $10,000 back. Нет у него денег.
יהודי?
Ah, Yehudi doesn't. No, go. If
No,
it's
go.
Yehudi, what's the question?
No, the question if יהודי אז הוא חייב בעצמו.
No, Yehudi. Go. He left it by
Go.
you. If it's Yehudi, there is no tumah on this. It's a Yehudi. Go. He took it, $50,000 cup made out of gold, left it by you as a pond for $10,000. You know this guy, he's a drug head. He's not gonna come back for the money, for the cup. He's not gonna have the money.
You take without bracha.
You dip it without beracha. After 6 months,
You dip again.
you dip again without beracha.
Yes.
Why? Because maybe the first time counted already.
So why,
Very good.
Why you wait 6 months? For what?
To conclude it, to know for sure. Until 6 months are up, you're saying, Rabbi, he's not coming back.
So not 6 months by the halacha, the 6 months just assuming that was.
Yeah. The agreement was 6 months. Could be 1 month, could be 6 weeks. Doesn't matter how many. Whatever the agreement, the term is. Until the end of the term, you know he's not coming back. Where is he gonna take $10,000? This is slips on the streets, drugs all day long. He found it, stole it, whatever it is. He left it by me. It's considered to be mine now. If it's mine, I cannot use it without mikveh. Clear? So you dip it the first day that you have it, but without beracha. Yakubov, Bechor, Boris, Baruch Abraham. That's what named. What about if I have a doubt if he's coming back? What then? Doubt. I'm not sure if he's coming. Maybe he's coming back. You know, he looks like a lawyer. Looks like a. What do we do with him? Dip it with bracha, without bracha. Without bracha.
Tell me if you know that he will give you the stolen one. Can you acquire it?
Oh, yesterday somebody asked me this question. Bechor, what if I know this cup is stolen?
יש לי שאלה, במקרה הראשון, when I know for
There's no
sure,
national self policy.
למה טובלים בלי ברכה?
במקרה הראשון?
כן, במקרה הזה זה...
Because we have another ספק. משכון כזביני או לא כזביני? Okay, very good. Guys, you all passed the test, בלי עין הרע. At the end of the class, we all give you תעודות. We give you certifications. Okay, let's right now make a new recording. You asked me to remind you. We make a little bit חינוך ילדים. Kids education, רבותיי. Very powerful word. We want, Kubo, we want every Thursday בלי נדר to have the parasha I'm giving you Shabbat morning by net. So I was thinking that to use the opportunity on Thursday night together to teach you about kids education. This way, on Friday night, you have to share with your wife that is also practical for her.
Rabbi, I think Thursday night has to be parasha. Wednesday you can do.
טוב,
So
בסדר.
it's gonna be on the middle, you know. You have preparing Thursday, Friday for חינוך ילדים.
Okay, בסדר. We'll consider your request. Yeah? What? בכבוד, לעילוי נשמת? בכור בן אסנת, אמן. אחד. Say all the names. You have 30 seconds to say all the names.
Yes, in Torah. Shestavik? It's continuing.
הם בכל בני ישראל שוכבים ממים בכלל הרחמים והסליחות וכן יהי רצון ונאמר אמן. אחת הסיבות, listen רבותיי, to a very common mistake. By the way, the information is written by Rabbi Zamir Cohen. A person that has questions can email him. Don't ask me and argue with me. Whatever is going to be said, there are certain controversial points he's going to talk. It's going to arouse a lot of questions, but this is not my points. This is not my knowledge. This I'm reading from the book. Rabbi Zamir Cohen is a very reliable rabbi in our days that he knows a lot about many things. So he writes like this. One of his says mistakes that people have about kids' education is about the generation we live in. That everybody are equal in every field. Men are equal to women, women equal to men, father equal to the children, the mother is equal to the father, father is equal to the mother, everybody are equal. And then the children get the feeling of, who are you to boss me around? How many times you heard kids tell it to their parents? Don't boss me around.
That's before the chapel.
It's not in Jewish family.
It's not in Jewish family. Yeh ratzon that it will not be in Jewish family.
Amen.
Yeh ratzon.
Rabbi, when I'm saying Jewish, is a kosher Jewish.
Now you became the on this, huh?
It's not a Mukhayan family.
אחת הסיבות שכישלון החינוך כיום הוא עיקרון השוויונות בין הורים לילדים, and he says the same problem is in schools today. Teachers and students. The students got the feelings that the teacher, it's one of them. And one of the biggest mistake today public school made is when the teacher walks in, nobody stands up. When we were children, When the teacher walks in, everybody to stand up. Teacher walking in. Just this, that the teacher walks in and the students will get up, it already gives the child an image of a teacher over here. Somebody that he has to be influenced by, and not somebody that he will boss around. So, if you guys know of any schools that this method was removed, that the teacher walking in, talking about girls' schools or boys' schools, because the girls' schools, you have the Rebbetzin over there, so, it's not a rabbi. A rabbi, you get up, he knows Torah. Rebbetzin not always knows so much Torah. So the girls could feel, listen, I don't have to get up in front of her. It's not true. If you know that the school of your children doesn't have this, you should know the chances that the children will be listening to these teachers are much less, because the image of a teacher is gone.
Why we get up? We get up for the Torah that they have. So the woman also has Torah inside her.
You're true, but not everybody understand that. They think that rabbi, yes, but not Rebbetzins. So this says one of the common mistake that the psychologim, how do you call it in English? Psychologists. They came up with this idea that the old mentality of being on top and the child is below is not working anymore. So therefore, everybody have to be equal. So Rav Zamir Cohen disagrees with him. He brings his psychologist to the story, and he says it's not true. That the father and the mother always have to have their level, and the children are always under their level. Abba, why do you do this and I cannot? Because I'm your father and you are not. This is the answer. The child have to feel that you are the father, your wife is the mother, and they are not the father or the mother. It has to go straight forward.
down at the push.
That.
Don't say nothing.
But at the same time, Rabotai, and this is important to remember, don't ever belittle neither your student, neither your children.
Yeah. That destroys me.
This is very important, not to belittle. Don't forget that they are also human beings. They also have the feelings of getting hurt, the feelings of not coming back anymore after whatever you did to them, in front of your grandparents, in front of their aunts and uncles. What's Madrid the one? What's Angel? What's Madrid the one?
The worst.
Иногда что? Иногда надо говорить.
That, you see? You see? That's exactly what the rabbi is talking
Если не
about.
слушай,
Huh?
если не слушай, сам себя немножко вот так возьмет, чтобы вот так не называли. Иногда.
No. You cannot belittling. It's not a format of education.
Means put him down.
You put him down, he's going to rebel even more against you.
That's why they don't listen.
That's nature of putting down is. When somebody put you down, you're gonna do everything possible to disprove him, physically or emotionally.
So you can't say that about anybody.
But the problem is that about anybody, you don't feel above him. You don't feel above Meir. You don't feel above Rabbi Ami. You don't feel above anybody here. When it comes to home, we have the tendency that we feel I'm above them. So if I'm above them, it's easier for me to put them down.
But you can feel above them though.
You need to feel above them,
Right.
but you should not put them down. Understand that? That's an important lesson. Same thing is teachers and rabbi, and the students, and the teacher. יהיה כבוד חברך, חביב עליך כשלך. The kavod of your students have to be dear to you like your own kavod. So if a person right now is asking a question and somebody gave a wrong answer, if somebody would ask me the question and I would give a wrong answer, I wouldn't want him to put me down in front of everybody. So I have to always keep that in mind, not to do the same thing to somebody else. Because it could be a jokeful way, but the person could get hurt. A person have to be very careful with these things. ואסרה לבזות ולהשפיל את הילד, ובוודאי שאסור להציק לו בדיבור או במכות או להתאכזר אליו. You cannot bother the child, קצ'יך קרדן, or different words that is going to get hurt with them, or to be cruel to him.
And if you do it, they chayv and kibbut avayim?
They always chayam kibbut avayim, no matter what you do to them.
Why if they're not mechoshev?
The Gemara says, "Ad efo kibbut avayim." Even if you made him disrespectful, taking down his pants, beat him up, and throw all the money to the sea, and they still have to respect you. עד היכן כיבוד אביהם. So on their end, they always have to respect the parents, no matter what the parents did to them. But the parents should not abuse the system, saying, "You, no matter what I'm gonna do, you're gonna still have to respect me."
הוא מכשיל את הילד.
Because you are making the child grow in a very bad way. Soon you're gonna see how bad it is. Now, nature of people thinking, the more I invest in the business, the more successful the business would be. נכון? So if my children are my investments, the more I will invest in my children, the more successful they'll be. That's the right approach. But the question, what do you invest in the children that will make them better children? Says the rabbi over here, very important approach to children is make the child, there is two types of parents out there. One parent that is very easygoing. He feels bad to ask his daughter to wash the dishes when there is 15 plates over there. He feels bad about it. So, I can't do that, Rabbi. It's too much. She's only this and this age. This is too much. Says what to do with this type of parent, that they are weak. Not the children are weak. The parent is weak. What to do with them? It says, rule number one is whenever you want to ask from them, you have to work on yourself to start asking them. How? Start with small portions. Don't give them to wash the dishes after Friday night meal. It's a lot of plates. Give them to wash the dishes after breakfast that they eat in the morning. They ate in the morning. How many plates there is in the morning? Regular morning. They ate their cereal. They ate their toast. Their whatever. Bread, the burti brod. How much plates there are after?
Few.
4 or 5. 4 or 5 kids. 4 or 5 plates. Not much. That's not a big burden. But you gotta be consistent with the request without raising your voice. Consistent with the request without raising your voice.
Easy to say.
Oh.
Встань, сделай, не слушай. Встань, сделай, не встань. Алло, встань,
Oh.
сделай.
Good.
Как делать?
Tomorrow, your child needs something from you. A new jeans, a new hat, a new shirt, whatever new that he wants. You tell him, Johnny Khalfe, Johnny Dedesh, here is the chart on the refrigerator. This is the things that you have to do in order to get them. If you're not going to get through this chart, or let's say 90% of this chart, guess what? You're not going to get it.
No car.
No whatever. Bicycles, no games, no whatever they want. You're not going to get it. Now it says, אלה הראשונים שאופיים מקשה עליהם להציב גבולות ולדרוש דרישות. There are parents that their nature is weak, the parents' nature is weak, that they cannot put definitions for the children, they cannot put limits. I can't, Rabbi, I'm too merciful. I cannot do that. So says the Rabbi, you cannot do that. Start with small requests and small definitions. But be consistent about them. And as time goes, you increase your requests. You increase the levels. It says, on the other hand, there are parents that they could ask from their children, but they feel that there is no need to do that. I'm so wealthy, what's the big deal to buy them the bicycle that he wants? Especially nowadays, you don't even need to go to the store.
Press a button.
They order
That's it.
themselves, Rabbi. They order themselves.
On your credit card?
Ah, that's where the mistake is.
No, they're doing money today.
Today you come to Jonah, show me how to do this. They know better than you.
It's true that they know better than you, but who
They know all
pays?
the numbers.
That's
everything.
your fault.
Bore, who pays? When you don't matter.
Today the card pays. The card.
Today they have.
How they have the card?
It's in the computer.
Today
Who
they have
put
their
the
own
card?
money.
Who pays for the card?
You pay for the card.
That's where you grab them.
They make their own money.
Okay, if they make their own money, it's something else. We're talking whenever they're in the age that they not make their own money. Like your Yaakov doesn't make your own money.
Makes their own money.
But
he
you can-
sings. He makes his own money.
But
My
okay, so
other son, he learns mishtayot. He makes money.
בסדר.
Business people already studying.
בסדר. But they still need father's support for certain things.
Yeah,
נכון?
of course.
They need
They still
permission
mommy's
to
support
buy.
for certain
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
They need permission, they need money. They need drive them to certain places. Nachon? They need you. Places that they need you, it's only if you deserve it. My kids, there is 2 weeks at the end of the year, that at the end of the camp, there is no school, no camp. Ben Azmani. I send them to my parents. Miami. Why not? They want to see the grandparents also. But this is the deserving level. There is a whole month that they have to work on. Chart, days, calendar days.
That's what my wife does.
Tasks in the house to do,
Yeah.
and every one of them
Points.
has to put points, check marks. After the month is up, then
take
they
them
got
out.
the thing. You know how much they appreciate that?
Very much.
Because they were counting down to it.
Now, Rabotai, listen
I
to
just started the
this.
system. It's
We have the
beautiful.
Omer.
Listen, Rabotai, this. Kids that does not grow this way, they get everything they wanted. Listen what the rabbi says here. Scary words.
Nachalas nowadays.
Listen what they say, Meir. Scary words. I'm sorry to scare you, but that's written here.
It's okay.
חסר הוא הציפייה מהווה תנאי הכרחי לאושר ולסיפוק. These kids will not grow happy people because they're used to, I want,
I get.
I get. Tomorrow they're opening a business. The business, they go to work. He circles and circles and circles, can't find a job. He cannot start a business. He cannot be independent. You know why? Because nowhere in life, in the real life, is going to be, I want, I get. Not Johnny Khalfesh. You want, you have to work for it. You want to make a business work? Yeah, you need a year or two of working hard, day in, day out. It's not a simple thing. The child is so used to, I want, I get. This is the failure of future of the people of tomorrow, is those spoiled kids of yesterday.
Yeah.
Not only that, says that's the first problem. Second problem, Meir, and that's a scarier problem. It says even if they will be in the level that they can get, it's not exciting them already. Whatever it is. If this is not exciting them, guess what's will excite them? The streets. Look how much drug abuse there is in the rich neighborhoods.
They're all depressed. They have big houses.
In the rich neighborhood, Meir, what's the reason? What's the reason?
Not exciting.
Because nothing exciting already. The newest iPhone in a second in their hands. The newest cars, it's in the second in their hands. The newest whatever you want to have, boom, it's in their hands. Their parents are so wealthy. Their parents care less what they're gonna buy or how they're gonna buy. So what is gonna excite them? Torah nietu, unik Frizni. To know Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai opinion, Rabbi Yochanan opinion, Gemara, Shulchan Aruch, nietu unik that excitement. Materialistic, there is no excitement. So what will excite them? What would excite them?
Kesef.
Kesef unik navalem is. What would excite them?
You always need more kesef.
Drugs. How many Rabotai of the people that they end up doing drugs, the kids end up doing drugs, you know who's at fault?
Parents.
The parents. The parents for what?
No boundaries.
For not making them deserve whatever they wanted, everything they wanted in life. Next time your child asking you for one thing, you come up with a chart. Depends how expensive that thing and how hard it is to get. That's how bigger the chart and the task on this chart will be. After they will work for this chart, they fulfilled it. They learn how to work and achieve and deserve. They will appreciate that.
it more.
They will be excited with that, and they will not need to seek for other excitement that they are more riskier, like drugs, out of that. They finished. They got their bicycles. They got their electrical scooter. They got their new car. They got whatever. Wow, you know how much I worked for that? And guess what, Bechor? These kids will remember the happy days that they achieved their things. Much happier they will grow than the kids that got things very, very quickly. So don't be Rabotai lacking patience with the kids. Next time your child asking you for the smallest things, make sure you put out a chart. It's on the refrigerator. With whatever task you want them to fulfill that for a week, fulfill that for a month, whatever the request is. After they will get there, They will appreciate you for giving them the right boundaries, for not spoiling them, and for keeping them excited over these things and not excited over whatever the streets will offer them. Baruch Adonai le'olam. Amen ve'amen. Rabbi Hananiah ben Akasha omer.